What's up, y'all? My name Part-Time Lyricist. I'm back with another video. A video in general. I realized that as a person who wants to learn how to create, or a person who wants to create, it's about time I put myself out there. This is me trying. I make music. I'm mainly on TikTok, but I'm gonna try my hand at YouTube. I hope you guys really like what I'm finna do. It's gonna be a lot more active. I just gotta learn how to edit. It's starting off, and it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be really nice, and I hope you stick around for it. Again, thank you. So I said that I am a creator, and one of the first things that I think about when it comes to creating is that I'm black. I'm a big black dude from Memphis, right? But the thing is that when it comes to creation, it was a beautiful movie I saw called American Fiction, and there's this fine line that you have to ride, right? That do you want to be your unique self? Do you want to be yourself, or do you want to be the marketable black guy? Like, do you want to be the one that is a trendsetter that falls into the norms, that, you know, the hood aesthetic, the one, you know, the comic one? I wouldn't say minstrelsy, but kind of like that. But yeah, it is just something that I think about all the time, that I really have to like focus on. When you become in this space, do you want to be do you want to keep yourself, or do you want to be marketable? Would you rather sacrifice your soul to, you know, be comfortable? And it's a line you have to have. You gotta have a personality for it anyway. And we're finna watch a video. This girl, she went viral for a while, and it was speaking about the state of black culture and what's ruining black culture. And in her, all right, so this is Zaria Simmons. Like I said, she posted this 8 months ago. I just seen it a few days ago, or no, like last week or two. Actually, no, like last month. I just want to see, like, I just didn't think about it. I thought about the video a lot, but I didn't think about making a video on it. But I definitely want to revisit it and see it. As you see everything on my right hand side, yeah, I did a deep dive, and I'm very excited to just look at each and every one and just see what's going on, because it is my community. You know, I want to see, I want to know. But anyway, let's start the video. I'm gonna take it back, and let's start.
Here is my little 2 cents that nobody asked for. I am sick of seeing Black Americans in the media, on social media, in the news, doing crime, walking around next to naked, the women, the men perpetuating gang violence, substance abuse.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a product of the environment type of deal. Like, I know we always hear it each and every time, but it definitely is just a product of the environment. And the times almost like, I wouldn't say like it's bad to be modest, but you just got to think about what it is now. Like, it's just, it's not the way we dress, not necessarily is the issue. Now, the way we act, I can definitely understand that, because like I said, I stay in Memphis, Tennessee. It is horrible, the crime rates. I mean, literally, I sleep with a gun right next to my bed. I don't stay in the nicest part of town, and you got to be careful where you park. You got to be careful where you breathe, where you wear colors at sometimes. And yeah, like the people doing it. I even used to work for criminal court here in the county, and when I tell you that all the court cases that I saw was alarming. Honestly, the 90s was a wild time, but even now, especially since the summer's picking back up, this is when we always get overworked. Like, court cases pile up.
Absolute worst of our community is oversaturating the media, even though they make up a small percentage of all of Black Americans.
I do like how she said that is a small percent, because a lot of people will sit there and spit that narrative that it's everybody doing it, and it's not, bro. It's not that many people. Like, it's too much. Yeah, nah, it ain't that many of us.
Decay of our morality within Black communities has been slowly declining over the past 20 years, and no one is talking about it. No one is saying anything about it or trying to address it.
I would say this, like, I want to touch on what she said before, where there's like a degradation. It's just, we're not our grandparents. We're not our grandparents' parents, like, at all. We're really not. Like, things are gonna move differently now, and I think we just have to get used to the idea that we need to that's gonna be a norm. But I think that there is a way for us to traverse it and understand that we have to do better, and we have to, like, guide ourselves on the right path, because it's like an unguided missile, in my opinion. Everything is just going left, right, upside down, when in actuality it doesn't really have to.
If you are Black and you speak your piece on what we're seeing in the media, if you don't like seeing the low morality that is often portrayed about the Black community in the media, from the trap music to the Black women twerking in music videos and all over social media, the Suki Hanas and the Sexy Reds of the world, if you are Black and you take issue with it and you talk about it, you are usually called bourgeois, sedity, uppity.
Now, I feel like the main point of this is she is saying something, right? She is saying something. Now, the thing that I have is not only when you have this conversation, right, that I'm a little sick, I apologize. It's not it's that you come off with a problem and you are definitely attacking the person and you're judging someone. Like, I've seen girls that have doctorates, right, that go to a Megan Thee Stallion concert. They got their chest out. They got, they trying to have fun. It's just that they're having fun. Like, just because you love to dress a certain way does not equate to having low moral compass. Just because you like certain things. Like, imagine girls who want to twerk. Just twerking is not inherently devalue you as a person, right? You just like to do it. And I mean, I like ass shaking. If she over 200 pounds and she shake ass, it's nice for me. I can't lie. I know it's bad. I'm but I like what I like. I deserve that. Come on now. Even our ancestors back then was Freaknik, but we ain't out here calling our parents hoes. You know what I mean?
Respectability politics, you're policing Black bodies and the like. And it's like, no, I'm Black too. And as such, this being my ethnic culture as well, I have a right to have something to say about what I'm seeing going on. Your average Black American is a middle class, working class, blue collar Jane and Joe.
Hey, we getting more money. Damn, we still broke. The median has increased from 27 to 44. That's what is the class now, actually? Middle class income for the 2024. We broke. We still broke. So the majority of us, we broke.
Americans as a whole, but somehow they're in the media, overcompensating in the media, oversaturating the media. I know I don't just speak for myself.
But the thing is, there's oversaturated inside the media because of the fact that's gonna catch attention, She does say that later. She does talk about that. But it's because it garners attention. Like, Black people lead hip culture. Like, Black is the culture. Like, I mean, we affect literally every facet of culture. Like, come on now. Even people who are in those 6-figure positions, those like really put together person, they want to be on some hood and rat activities too. We shape everything. We shape every facet of society, which is crazy.
Moral standards back then drastically different from what we have today.
It's a time thing. It's a time thing. That's what I'm saying. Like 50s, 60s. My mom grew up 1962, bro. She dealt with burning crosses. She was from Mississippi, deep Mississippi at that. I mean, I deal with my share of racism, but I don't have to deal with the Klan burning, things in the yard. I do have a little bit more freedom. So like the 50s and 60s, that's a whole different time in America, in society, in where we at now. This little thing I have in my hand is far-fetched to have. Like, I honestly, this is gonna be another video, but to imagine like my mom, I have a conversation with her because I'm like, you grew up where you walked down dirt roads and you didn't have anything, and you had to go to the library and stuff like that, to having computers, typewriters, to a smartphone, to a Black president. Like, her generation, like of African Americans that grew up in the South, they have so much whiplash, in my opinion, because look at all this stuff, like, I can adjust with the times. Bro, she still thinks about a typewriter and flip phones like they're left behind. So like, I do think that it is a time thing, that when it comes to the fact that like our morals are different, They are, because the time is different, and that's okay. Like I said, she is right that there is needs to be a change, but it has to be one that fits where we are now in society
today, or what we're convincing ourselves is a moral standard today. Every racial group on the face of the planet has their own ghetto subculture within their respective racial and ethnic groups. This is the case for everybody, everywhere. White people, Asian people, Mexican people, you name it. The difference is that those racial groups and those ethnic groups do not allow their ghetto subculture to co-opt the entire culture as a whole and to represent the entire culture as a whole. They don't allow it.
I mean, we don't have that option. We said everything. We are everything. Our, like, melanated hands touch whatever you think about, through music, through culinary, through language, all of it. Like, through, like, I'm gonna let her keep going.
In the media, what they want to see and what they don't want to see, who gets to speak for them and who does not. Except for when you're a Black American and you have something to say about the way that you see Black Americans being portrayed in the media, and you have a critique for your peers. You can't do it because it's respectability politics if you attempt to do it. Or you're judging your peers by a set of moral standards that somebody else created, which is a farce. From the Reconstruction era down through the 60s, Black Americans had their own set of moral standards and social protocols themselves represented in the media, what they want to see and what they don't want to see, who.
I always, like, when people talk about what we see in the media, it's, we don't own the media though. That's the thing. Like, we don't dictate that. We don't at all. Like, we set the trend, but we don't own that. We own the culture, but we don't own what pushes that out though. That's the thing, like I talk about. Like, we don't have that much control. Like, we said everything, but like, you got Lil Jimmy over here throwing up gang signs. He want to be black. You have Korean rappers trying to rap like Project Pat. Shout out Memphis. You got, like, again, we ain't pushing this out. We're not. We just do it. They push it out. All those news outlets and everything, they do that. They're not controlled by us African Americans. They're not.
Gets to speak for them and who does not. Except for when you're a Black American and you have something to say about the way that you see Black Americans being portrayed in the media, and you have a critique for your peers. You can't do it because it's respectability politics if you attempt to do it. Or you're judging your peers by a set of moral standards that somebody else created, which is a farce. From the Reconstruction era down through the 60s, Black Americans had their own set of moral standards and social protocols that we adhered to. Ask your grannies, ask your great grannies.
Grandma was out there popping it open and letting grandpa cheat on her as long as the bills were taken care of. Honestly, that's the same now. These girls sitting there saying the same thing. If you make sure the bill's done, I don't care what you do, as long as I get money, I don't have to work, and I'm comfortable. That's cool. Like, we ain't talking about that. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I say, where it depends on the time. But some things, history repeats itself.
They'll tell you, I have had just about enough of seeing Black culture being drugged through the muck by other Black Americans who are perverting it and turning Black culture, something that is beautiful, into something perverse. Showing their ass on the internet all the time. The men are constantly rapping and talking about gang violence. Our children are uneducated and stupid. We've created a cultural standard of promiscuity and single motherhood, and when a Black American goes to critique and judge our peers, our fellow Black Americans, and critique the condition of our neighborhoods today, they're shut down. That's respected.
They are. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes they are. I think when it comes to a point to where, like, someone has a critique about it, saying like, "Hey, y'all doing a little too much," you a little fuddy dud.
Ability politics. You're policing Black Americans. If that's what it is, so be it. So be it. It needs to be said. And in order for us.
Also, it's because it seems like it's such a matter of fact thing that I think is the problem too. Like, you feel like you want to die on the hill, which it's like people would agree if you didn't like seem so matter of fact about it. Like, it is what it is. I know I'm finna rustle a few feathers. Just say what you have to say. Like, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it.
To attempt to escape accountability or responsibility on our own part, we claim that the conditions that we see in Black communities is being caused by somebody else. It's not our own fault, it's white people and it's structural racism or something or another. It's everybody else's fault except for our own. Give me a break. It's pitiful. It's pitiful that we refuse to take accountability for the things that we see going on in.
It is other people's fault on some things, though. Their society does play a part in it, and you can't say it doesn't.
In our communities. And sure, we can acknowledge that structural racism and the history of slavery in this country and discrimination and Jim Crow and black codes and all of that has played a part in the conditions and some of the conditions that we see in Black communities. But we also have to be responsible for the ways in which Black Americans create their own conditions and contribute to the degenerative effects that we see going on in our communities. Black Americans who don't want to hear that immediately run to innocence. They rush to innocence. They claim that it's respected.
I just don't see how you say all that. They'd be like, but you still got to make a change yourself, though. But
Politics to call,
which we do,
call out these issues in our community. They claim that it's policing Black bodies to call out the low morality and the moral decay in our community. Call it whatever you want. You're not going to get me to shut up about it. I'm Black. This is my culture too. I have a right to talk about and critique what is happening in my culture and have something to say about it. That's all.
And see, it's the ending. It's the ending. It's just, like I said, it's just when someone says something so matter-of-factly, it bothers me because why do you have to be so matter-of-factly? Like, my voice is cracking because I'm sick. I'm sorry, but like, why? I don't care about you, AutoZone. Why? It's okay. It's okay, Miss Simmons. Like, you like, I'm Black and I have a right to say something. I need to say this. It's okay. We hear you. We hear you and we acknowledge you. You're not wrong. You don't have to seem so like aggressive with the tone. Like I said, it's just about what you're saying, not how you say it, though. Like, I do agree with the point. I ain't gonna lie, I don't agree with everything, but I do agree with some of it because, to be real, yes, there is a modern day minstrelsy. Like, let's be real. Like, people are like acting a fool. They're doing so much. They act out of pocket just for chump change. But now, I can't even say chump change, bro, because I'm a paycheck to paycheck type of guy. But some of them folks that's doing it, nah, they be making money. They make bands. Like, if you telling me all I gotta do is just put a gun in the air and say some words and demean folks, I might be a sellout in my new Bugatti, which is a problem. Like, I ain't did it yet because I'm still, I stay in the ghetto, but I'm just saying, like, it's just a conversation that I feel like that is important to have, because there is a sense of identity crisis for us to try to make it out and what we have to do to make it out and what we need to do, because honestly, those opportunities aren't there, and it's a lot quicker and easier for us to make it in ways that we can act very inwardly. And so inwardly, but so yeah, that's the video. That's just my 2 cents on it. I appreciate y'all listening to me ramble. I hope I don't get copyright. I don't even think I'm that big for her to even do that to me. But like I said, it's a great conversation. I think that we should always have it, like, wherever we are. Like, if you got family, friends, people from your past that you could talk to about it, I think this is a great conversation. I really do. I'm a firm believer that more African Americans should hear each other out at the table, not ask what you bring to the table, but you can just speak to at the table and see what the other person needs, like how they feel, because you at a point can sit there and understand, like, hey, I didn't think about it from this point of view, and maybe that can help us out. So again, my name is Part-Time Lyricist. I appreciate y'all for sticking around. I am probably going to watch more videos and try to not be the quintessential Black person that she wants and she talks about. So I hope you guys have a good night, good morning, whatever time you watch my video. Peace. I love y'all. Bye. So her words, it's the ghetto blacks. But she hit on some points that I do understand. I feel like you just gotta like pick and choose, like, well, not pick and choose, but you just gotta understand what she means by what she says. And this is what I'm gonna try to break down today, okay?